Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to a very, very special episode here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, myself, the OG is back in the building. John and Justin are back in the building. Justin, what's happening?
Well, John, long time
Man,
no see.
shit, long time no see. And we got a very, very special guest, Justin. I don't know if you can tell by who is on screen.
Oh, I could tell. I don't know. You tell.
I mean, I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. 5 year Rice Owl safety, a man who had two forced fumbles and three interceptions here this year. The man behind the player, the myth behind 26, and a man who wants to create his name and legacy and become a legend in the football sport. I got the one, the only Gabe Taylor in the building. Gabe, what's happening, man?
Thank you guys for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Nah, man, it's our honor, our pleasure, and I appreciate you coming on, giving us some of your time because I know you are busy in the gym, busy getting training, busy being a man.
Yes, Lord. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we got a few things to talk with you about before we get to any of that, guys. Don't forget like, share, and subscribe here on BIB. The road to 1,000 subscribers. We're currently sitting at like 560. Y'all have been blowing these past few episodes and live streams out the park. Can't thank each and every one of y'all for supporting us since day one, but we're gonna keep doing this throughout the offseason, keep doing the season, and go get to 1,000, get to 10,000, the whole nine. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin and Bernie Podcast, Twitter at BIB Podcast 22, because Twitter hates long usernames and I refuse to pay money for a verification stamp. All right. Your boy don't got bread like that. So
That
Justin
part.
might. I don't got bread like that.
What do you mean? I was in fire EMS. We don't got that much money. What are you talking about?
I don't got bread like that out on these streets.
Dude, I can go to Sheets and make $20 an hour,
Shit.
25 bucks an hour.
Better
We're in
than
the
me.
wrong business.
We are all in the wrong business apparently. Gabe is in the right business. You and I are not in the right business. Um, but no, let's get started, Gabe. I want to take us back to 20. We were all talking about the 2020 days. It's already been 5 years since everything. So in 2020, you get a few offers. You get Jackson State, you get Rice. I pulled up your 24/7 sports. Akron, Jackson State, and Rice. What made
Actually, I had
Rice?
more. I had way more than that.
Oh, I'm sure you had way more. These are just the three they're letting me know about. Um,
Yeah.
but what? Oh, here we go. Coastal Carolina down here in the East Coast, Rhode Island, Bryant Bears. But what made Rice stand out as that was going to be your football home?
Uh, Once I decided like I'm gonna take the football route, I had to just pick and choose on which felt like more home because all my visits was on Sundays, Mondays, or Mondays, Tuesdays, just because I was just so locked in on basketball. And when we had
Okay.
a tournament or like a in game that weekend, I wouldn't be there for like the full official visit. But Rice was my only official visit that was on Saturday, Sunday, so I got the whole experience. And so I got to meet the guys and, go around campus and it felt like a family environment. It felt like home. And it's kind of the way they had the system planned out. It was like playing it in high school, but in high school it's like three plays, but I disguised the same. So that's why I felt like it was the best fit for me.
All right. I like that. Um, the Commanders know something about a player from Rice who you took last year from AP and DQ's first year, wide receiver Luke McCaffrey, another man with a legacy in
Sir.
football. What was it like being teammates, round, covering him in practice? What was it like playing and working aside Luke being two newer faces but pillars in football?
It was awesome. We battled every single day. When it's one on ones, me and Luke going first. Uh, he's very unorthodox. Like his route tree, his route running is very different from other receivers. Not really normal. I can't really explain it. You just got to see
Mhm.
for yourself.
Yeah,
He's a hard breaker that keeps him run for days. He doesn't get tired. And he wants to learn fast. He's a willing learner. He's very coachable. Whenever he loses a rep, he's like, "Hey, what I do wrong? Like, how can I get better in this rep?" Like, he's a sponge. The kid loves football. The kid can play.
I like that. I like that because I think once he got to Rice, it took him a minute to transition to receiver. Because I remember coming out of high school, he was a quarterback.
Yeah, he was a quarterback. Transfer from Nebraska to Rice, quarterback. First year, and then he just transferred to receiver and then like literally balled out. I don't. His athlete, literally balled out for the
Yeah,
past 2 years.
it's weird that you see quarterbacks either go to receiver or tight end, and it's like it either works or you go to the Tim
Yeah,
Tebow route,
or
and
it doesn't work.
it's like Tebow, what you doing back?
Yeah. Lucia dog.
It
And you can take a hit. I'll tell you that much.
oh, it's he's that McCaffrey something that McCaffrey blood just doesn't make sense.
It don't
And
make sense at all. He
just
doesn't stop. He's a
it,
workaholic. I'll tell you that much.
it's insane. Justin, you got anything so far?
Not yet. Continue, John.
Alrighty. Um, so you stuck all 5 years at Rice. So in this current age of NIL, of transfer portal, of just decommitting at whatever time of the month, did you ever have any thoughts of, man, some of these other schools looking good, man, maybe Miami might want me, or were you just once you got to Rice, you're like, this is home forever. I'm not looking at anywhere else.
Yeah, I planned. I was like, I'm gonna do 2, 3 years at Rice and leave. Like I literally planned out. And then I got to Rice and just stepping on campus. And my mindset, like I've been taught, like every kid taught when you're growing up, like you got to get to college, get the start spot, and ball to get to the league. Like that's
Yeah.
like a it's like a kind of a selfish mindset. But when you get to college and you see those guys that's in front of you, and there are guys that starters are like willing to help you along the process, be like and taking their time out their day to help you, it's like a different mindset. And then the guys at Rice, man, it's a family environment. Like those are my brothers. Like I wouldn't trade them for the world. Like my mindset switched year two. Like I might as well just stay the whole years. But then, deals start coming in and, to transfer and it was like, do I want the fast money right now or do I want to stick it out? Because, we had a losing season and my pride with losing, it don't go hand in hand. Every year I'm like, bro, this team is not that good to beat us. We can beat this team. And I
Hmm.
feel like we had a championship team the past 2 years. Like realistically, it just, we just couldn't find a way to score, uh, get points, and that's a story. But yeah, if I would have knew now about the NFL process to go to a Power Four school and get half the stats that I got to get a better chance to get the league,
Yeah.
then I would did that last year or 2 years ago if someone told me that. But nah, I'm glad I stuck it out. I've been through tough times with them. I'm not gonna just leave my brother out like that. It's good to just finish the story with them. So
Yeah.
that's my little journey right there.
Yeah, I was about to say if there's one thing that someone like you or a player who sticks every year at the same school, it's loyalty. If you're building a
Yeah.
brotherhood, you need loyalty in there. I mean, Justin, you played football. Me, doctors tell me I should have played football because I got the body of an O lineman. It breaks down on me easily, but loyalty is something that you can't buy loyalty unless you're the
Not at
mafia,
all.
but you can't buy it. So
Not at all.
I think spending 5 years at Rice and just honing your craft against guys who did eventually go to the league,
Right.
you
I
couldn't
didn't
buy
play
it.
no bums either. I didn't play no bums either.
Mm-mm.
The best player by name that I played, I'm not really good with names, but like there's no receiver that been like, oh my goodness, like it was his day, or I had just bad placement. Like literally the best player by name that I played is Tank Dell, and Tank Dell is giving people problems in the league. And mind you, Tank Dell has zero catches on me my past the 2 years I played him. We played Houston, he has zero catches, and we played a lot of man at Rice. But it's not a diss on Tank. Respect to Tank. Tank is a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Respect. Hopefully, he gets back healthy and gets back to what he's
Hopefully.
doing. Yes, praying to God he does that. But like, I'm not. I'm just saying that just because people think I don't play nobody. I played a lot of talent. I went to NFL. I just not. I'm not good with names.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also don't like. I don't want to speak for you, but you don't see that like the kind of guy who's going to go on to his Instagram story, pull up a stat and like locked down. Man, this bum locked down. This bum locked down. You don't see a kind of guy who wants to like brag about everything he's done. You're like,
Right. Yeah.
I'm
I'm not
humble
that
about
type
it.
of dude that does that. I don't like individual conversations about like, oh, this is what I did, this is what I did in the college, all my accolades. I'm not
Hmm.
that type of dude. I like team accolades. You know what I'm saying? We don't get nowhere with the conversation of me just talking about myself. Like if we
Yeah,
talk about team accolades together, we could talk about that for years.
yeah. No, that's incredible, Justin. Anything so far? I don't want this to be a one-sided one-sided talk.
Oh, you're good. Who's your what is your mindset for? Because we have a couple of viewers who play high school football, but what's your mindset of going from high school to college and trying to set yourself up? Because there
Yeah,
are, like I said, we do have some Ballin In Burgundy viewers who are in high school,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that could probably.
I only did 1 year high school, so I came in like I was low key. So my brother's numbers retired at Gulliver #1, and when I came in, I was low key scared because I had a name because of him, but the Gulliver already, and then I was actually like very known down when I played Florida City Razorbacks at Pop Warner. So I played Pop Warner, stopped, and then came back in high school, and I was scared to wear #1 because I knew that everybody who was going to wear #1. So I didn't wear #1. I wore #10. So I came in, first game, nervous, and then the second game caught a pick, and then that's when all the pick sixes and rolling. I had 11 picks and 6 picks. That's when I got rolling. And it's like I come from where I play a 5'11", 5'10" running back, 180 maybe,
Hmm.
170 maybe, and then a quick transition to college, 6'2", 230, 6'1". So it's a big difference. The trenches is a big difference. Um, but I would say that it was a learning process for sure. I didn't know the terminology for the game, so that took me a little while. So just learning how to get in a stance right, technique. That whole offseason after my first year was very hard for me to get through because everybody wants to come and play off the rip. But yeah, that process was pretty interesting right there.
Sounds like it. We were talking before we started. Like I'm COVID class. I graduated high school 2020, freshman year, college 2020. So you and I are right there in the same boat. What was that like going on campus, starting your freshman year at Rice, starting your freshman football year at Rice, and most of the people at school weren't on campus. Most of the faculty wasn't on campus. At least here at ODU, because I'm an ODU Monarch,
Hmm.
we didn't have a football season 2020 to 2021. What was that like for you guys not having a lot of people around campus or anybody at campus?
Bro, it was so bad. Miami was a hotspot for COVID, so I
Yeah.
got COVID.
Oh, jeez.
We didn't know when we were gonna get reported to go back to go to college, and then out of nowhere go up, and then had COVID like 3 times. Had a quarantine for a total of like 16 weeks. It was bad. It was bad. It was literally depressing. My wall was like, cause that little dorm just for COVID people. So had my window was just straight brick, so that was depressing. And but the football part, it was good. We made the most of it. It wasn't really to learn just cause how structured the learning process was. It's not like hands on. We're in a meeting room. We have to be like separated,
Yeah.
like far from each other. But it was my first start wasn't because one of the safeties got COVID. So my first start was Southern Miss against Fred Gore. So it was pretty cool. But I didn't really have a football experience, packed crowd, what you
Yeah.
expect. So that was like, oh my goodness, my mom's calling me.
No, you're good.
Uh, oh well. But it wasn't really. I'll say my first year really. I didn't feel my college experience till like that next year.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Hold on. Yeah, because like I said, here at ODU, we didn't have a 2020-21 season, and I was on campus for that first fall spring year, and there was maybe between faculty and staff, maybe 1,000 people total on campus. So you walk into the dining hall, you could have the whole section to yourself.
Mm,
And it's just like,
that's that's not
what are we doing
that's
here?
trash.
It
There was
it it,
nobody.
it I could no lines, Food was relatively fresh. Like I still lived with two roommates, one in the room, and then you connected the bathroom to the other room. So there were still three of us in one
Yeah.
room. But the three of us, like we never got COVID at all. Like we were no joke. I'm probably in this one bedroom is probably the size of both apartments plus the bathroom. And the three of us never got COVID, but floor below us, the whole floor got COVID. So we were like, what is happening here? And then like they went into hybrid classes where he was like half on Zoom, half in person. Like it, and you didn't see a single person from sports on campus because most of them they told him not to come.
That's terrible. That's
It,
terrible.
it wasn't fun, but honestly, I wouldn't trade it. Like it allowed me to
No,
like
I wish
gradually.
I would trade I would trade for that. I would trade. I did not like COVID. We had to stay in a separate hotel from everybody, so
Hmm.
I didn't. I never got to stay. I never stayed in a dorm in my whole college career.
Wow.
Never got to be. I never really had that college life, you know. So we had to be separated. We had to stay in a hotel,
Jeez.
either to even play football. So like, yeah, it was really not even a college experience at
That
all.
that's great. I don't I wish everyone can get the full college experience, but to hear you say you didn't, oh, that hurts.
It does.
That
It
that
does.
hurts. Um, but now we're in the year 2025. I had fans asking us last year because myself, Reedy and Z, and Juan Gotti Talking Sports, we do a collaboration every Wednesday, the Burgundy Breakdown. They were calling me John Kyber Jr. this whole draft process because once it's draft time, eh, I'm doing mock drafts out the wazoo. I'm doing
Mhm.
player. I'm in these mock draft streets. And I had people ask me last year, hey, what year is Gabe Taylor coming out? Hey, is he eligible this year? And I was like, he is eligible, but if you look at his progression and you look at the way he's going, I don't see him coming out at 24. I see him come out in 25. I was on to something there because you came out in 2025, you
Yeah.
declared. I had a lot of people asking me, hey, why isn't he in y'all's mock drafts? Hey, why isn't he on PFF? Hey, why is he on this? And I was like, don't look at me. I don't control PFF. I would have him on PFF if I could.
Mhm.
But what was the draft process experience for you like getting to do some of these tryout workouts, getting in front of some of these NFL scouts at Rice and just that whole draft process?
Frustrating. Um, because it's like I was the defensive back PFF of the year.
Yeah.
Um, my PFF grade was at 89.5. Um, I thought I did everything right.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, comes out. I feel like I was going to get drafted. Honestly, late rounds. Um, at least at UDFA, least. But
Yeah.
um, but God has his ways, his plan. I went to the mini camp. There's nothing I could do to be like, Gabe, if you did this, we would sign you. Literally,
Yeah.
there's nothing. Like I went there, learned the playbook fast, played fast, gave up zero catches a man or whatever covers that turned into man, like literally strapped in the slot. Um, but it's kind of frustrating, but you just gotta look at it as another storm in your life that God put you through, and you just gotta be resilient and make the most of it.
Yeah, I was pleasant. I don't see okay, that's let me rephrase this because I said that completely wrong. I was shocked you weren't drafted sixth or seventh round. And I know that seems very low for some people. Why do you have such a talented player in the sixth and seventh round? Every year players drop guys. It happens. Look at Shadur. Fell to the fifth round for I don't want to say no
Right.
reason, but team quarterback needy teams said nah.
What about the
So
Kansas corner?
yeah, and like Kobe
What?
Bryant, he fell
Yeah,
to
that was
Baltimore.
shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked when Kobe didn't get drafted.
Yeah. And he doesn't look like he's happy in Baltimore with that like James Harden jersey. So I was like, what is this?
Well, what?
He put up a tweet or an Instagram where it's James Harden in like a Baltimore Ravens uniform and I would have to pull it up. It was weird. I was like, what is going on here?
What's
Um
the whole point of that?
I your guess is as good as mine. I'm gonna see if I can I can't spell Bryant correctly. Kobe
I don't
Bryant,
know. I thought it was
Ravens. I
Tom
can't
Hardy's
spell today.
photo. Wasn't it Lamar's photo he posted?
Then you got like two E's, and it's Kobe.
Yes, Kobe. I couldn't spell Brian. I can't spell some days. It's a
Yeah,
bad day
you're
out
not
here.
the only one. You're not the only one.
But it's like once we got through the draft and everything, I was like, okay. I went to Twitter. I was like, I know fans are going to blow this out of proportions, and immediately rumors are
Yeah,
speculating online that you had gotten signed by the Eagles. You immediately gotten signed by Philly. And I was like, at first I had believed it. I was like, normally news doesn't travel this fast without it creating traction. And I was like, let me hold off. And then once the days went by, and then the official news came out that you had accepted the Commanders rookie minicamp invite, I was like, folks, you can ask for anything better. You can, but us fans, we're greedy. We want stuff now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
yeah.
a fan, so I'm gonna say we're greedy. We're greedy SOBs out here. Um, but what was that like going from you sit back from day three and you go, I went undrafted, but then you get the call within I'm gonna guess the 3 4 days, and Peters and the commander say, "Hey, we want to invite you out to our rookie minicamp."
Oh, what was it like?
Yeah,
Completely honest, completely honest. I was mad. I was mad. I'm like, bro, did I really go undrafted?
yeah,
Like, that was my reaction. I ain't even pick up my phone for the next day or two. But I decided to go the hard route. Like going to the Commanders was like the hard route, literally. So I was like, my first option was to go back to go to the Dolphins and compete over there. But I chose Commander because those are my top two.
okay,
Commanders and Dolphins. So I chose the
ooh,
Commanders because I've been
yeah,
with them for the longest. I was like, I think this is gonna be one of the best stories told. So I was like, let me go over here.
nah. I didn't expect Dolphins. I had heard Philly, and I had heard obviously us being Washington. I didn't know Miami was in talks with that.
Yeah, I
Okay,
went to the pro day. They really liked me. Some situation happened and they wanted me to come back. So
okay, all right. Um, I know a lot of. I'm gonna Justin. I'm sure you would listen to this. Andrew and Chris know it. I and I mean this with respect and love and honesty to you. This is more for the fans. I was hesitant for fans to immediately jump on the Gabe Taylor to Washington signing because
mm,
us as fans, we have unrealistic expectations. I have met fans through DMs, through comment sections saying Gabe is going to be just like his brother. Gabe's going to be the next, top 10 safety of all time. I didn't want you to get signed on and
right.
fans immediately put out those unrealistic expectations because if something happens on the team, they're going to go to you. Or if you make the 53 and something goes wrong, fans on Twitter are going to go, I told you guys he was going to be like this. So I didn't want to be that person to be like, man, I would love this guy. Like, I would love for you to be on the 53, but I also didn't want to see the fans put the unrealistic expectations of it's boom or bust for Gabe Taylor. It's make him wear number 21 or he shouldn't sign. Like, I didn't want to see those people and go, y'all doing too much.
Fair. But they can keep the expectations. I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun, but I'm gonna tell you this, realistically, there would never be a Sean Taylor in this world or in the future. You can find a replica, you can find a 6'3", 6'2",
Yeah.
220, whatever the case may be. He will never be like Sean. You know what I'm saying? And if there is a replica of Sean, it'll be illegal. It's gonna be to a point where the hard hits, he'll get thrown out the games,
Yeah.
penalized, suspensions, fine, and it's gonna turn to a point where the player doesn't even love football anymore.
Mm-mm.
So everybody's trying to find 6'2", 6'3s. It's like you're not gonna find them nowhere.
No. No. And it's harder with guys bigger. Like I'm 6'1", 6'2", depending on which doctor you ask. And I'm like, these us bigger guys, speed isn't in our game.
Right.
You can build athletic plays. You can build, go for good plays. We're not built for speed, especially with
Uh,
my gut size. But guys a little bit, a little bit on the smaller side, you, Will Harris, Quan Martin, Javon Hollins of the world. Um, you guys have got this speed element at safety and at corner to a degree to say, all right, I'm not 6'3", but I've got this 4.3, 4.4 speed that's gonna put you in the dirt real fast.
Mhm.
Um, I'm sure I've heard the story, and I apologize if I'm asking a dumb or a repetitive question, but the number 26. I've
Yeah,
put a theory I've put a theory in my own head, but I'm sure it's completely wrong. Where did 26 come from?
he wore 26 in college.
Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I had put a theory in my mind that you took the two from 21 and the six and put them together to get 26, but I was like, that doesn't
Uh,
feel right. That doesn't feel
yeah,
right.
so I went for like I said, I wore high school in 10, right? And I told you I had a fear about wearing out number one.
Yeah.
Um, I went to college. All my official visits had either 10 or a different number. I think it was just 10. I was gonna wear a 10 in college and committed to Rice. Still had and then Miami came out on why they didn't drafted me. I mean, I said drafted. The Hurricanes came out why they didn't throw me an offer. They made a whole YouTube video. It's summer. And then when I made a big hit on, I'm probably advancing too much. But basically, I switched to 26 because everybody was like comparing me. Oh, he's not gonna do this, that. And I was like, I'm not gonna be afraid to wear his number this time. Boom.
Yeah.
That's why I switched 26.
I
But
got
my
you.
original plan was to be like number 10 or something.
Okay. I need to hit someone up about jersey edit because 10 would look crispy. Huh.
I do mess with 26 too.
26 is nice. 26, I like that. I
26.
like 26. 26 in the burgundy and gold, I was like, ooh, I might need, that's nice.
Yeah, that
I
felt a
like
little bit
that.
right.
That felt right at home. I saw the pictures, I was like, y'all making me look bad now. Y'all making me eat these words. Y'all doing the can't do this to me. Can't do this. Justin, you got anything?
I'm good, bud.
All
Continue.
right. I don't want to be like I don't want to overbear, so that's why I want to make sure everyone gets their spot.
Oh,
But
you're good.
once you got to rookie mini camp and you get through some of the drills with some of our undrafted free agents and some of our rookies, what was that like process in Ashburn like? Walking onto that commander's practice field, the new practice field, I might add, putting on the F7 helmet in the burgundy and gold because everyone saw your picture on Instagram and that blew up our commander pages.
Yeah, fast.
Very
It,
fast.
it was awesome. When I get between those lines, like I don't even think about the cameras. I don't think about nothing. I just focus on doing my job and lock in on what I have to do. But the experience, I didn't really go for the experience. My experience was when I went to the stadiums all my life. My experience when I came to practice field already. I already had dreamt about wearing burgundy and gold already. So that was my experience. I came to go compete and get a spot. So that was pretty cool. Putting it on for the first time, the actual helmet and everything, the set was pretty cool. So I had a fun time.
Yeah. Was it just like Coach Witt or was Coach Quinn and Adam Peters there too, or was it just some of the position coaches?
What?
When he went to the rookie mini camp.
Oh, it was everybody.
It was everybody? Okay.
It was everybody.
All right.
All the coaches were there.
Did you meet Coach Quinn and Peters, or were you just kind of strictly on the field with some of the position coaches?
I met with AP after the whole thing was done one on one. Talked to Coach Dan, brief
Hmm.
here, a lot of times. um, you got to talk to Coach with Coach Tommy, Coach Will. Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You would be a Dan Quinn guy. Like people say it. You're definitely a Dan Quinn, Joe Wick guy. Hard hitting, fast, but very humble. Everyone puts respect by it. Like you would fit perfectly in with this team. I'm not trying to like boost an ego or say, well, you're a Commanders fan, of course you're gonna say no. It's been clear since your Rice days. You fit perfectly in this team.
Hopefully they call me so I can fit in real
Uh,
good now.
how many? Chris was inciting violence last year on BSG. I'm gonna need him to channel that energy to go put some notes on TQ's door. But like, you better sign this mofo.
Don't go for that is.
Chris would incite violence once that happens.
He upset that
Um,
you.
his St. Jude. I didn't want to get into that. Um, ugh. But I want to touch on this briefly because I want to make this about you, and I'm going to make this about family or legacy. But
Yeah,
I saw the photo, Justin, and I sent it to you. So you and Justin had briefly met when they did the reveal of the Sean Taylor statue at then FedEx Field, then Commanders Field. Now it's Northwest Stadium under the old regime because we're on
hmm
to a newer, brighter regime. What was that experience like working with that said regime about getting the statue made, getting the artwork made? Because I've heard interviews from Jackie, his daughter, and she's doing tremendous things at UNC. I want to show nothing but love to her, but being his brother, what was that process like for you of working with them, getting the statue kind of thought up and that whole process?
I'm always busy and like I'm barely on my phone. When I'm on my phone, I'll probably scroll Instagram, Twitter very fast.
Hmm.
I don't get the notifications my dad does, so because
Okay.
he's you know dealing with that, I'm over there dealing with football.
Okay.
So I'm not really in tune with all what they have. I just show up and
I
say
got
hello
you.
to everybody.
I got you. When you saw the statue, were you like, I love this, or were you like hoping?
It was good.
Okay, all right, because that I don't want to get you in trouble. That's why I made the facial expression. I don't want to get you in trouble.
It was good. It was
All
good.
right, all right. Because I when that statue came out, and I love Sean, I wasn't fortunate to grow up on seeing him live because you and I are the same age. So
Yeah.
but I went back and watched the film. I watched obviously the infamous Pro Bowl hit, and I was like, yeah, he I don't know why it took so long, but I remember the backlash and the outlash when they saw that statue for the very first time before they did the
Yeah.
revisions and the retweaks, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I had some backlash on that, but I'm glad that at least some of the family was intertwined with that and happy about it. I just wish that said ownership was more
hmm
serious about remembering its heroes and its icons because Sean deserves his jersey retired since day one. He deserves the statue. He deserves all of it. But I wish that said ownership had done more to highlight that, not take forever to do so, but that's just my fan not knowing football knowledge.
Right, right.
But
Don't quote me now. Don't quote me. Please don't quote me on this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think there might be another statue. If I'm not mistaken,
okay,
don't quote me now. I
I'm not
think
going to.
my dad said something
Hmm.
last year, or like I think he said something last year during the season when I was playing. But I'm living day by day
You're
at this point.
you're
I really don't remember. I maybe don't quote me. I think they are, if I'm not mistaken.
no, you're good. I won't quote you. I'm not gonna get you in trouble. I'm not gonna quote you. But Sean definitely deserves the 10-foot bronze, not D Wade statue, but he deserves a statue
Yeah,
because that D Wade statue, Lord have mercy.
so tough.
That's although D Wade likes the statue, I'm like it doesn't work the same.
Mm.
Um, But I'm not gonna take up too much of your time because I know you're training. I know you're busy. Justin, any final questions for Gabe before we get him out of here?
No, not really. Not that I can think of.
All right, all right. If I'm gonna ask this weird sort of weird question. If if all 32 teams hit you up and said we want you to come try for the 53, and you had to say no to Washington, who would be your second team that you would be like, I've thought about this.
Uh, that's a good question.
If it's Dallas, I'm gonna cry.
Or Philly.
uh, I'm gonna give you two options.
All right.
One is the Dolphins, of course, just because my family's everybody's there, everybody's hometown
Hmm.
there, easy to travel. Two, ooh, I think maybe Baltimore, just because they got a lot of people from the crib.
Hmm.
Lamar Jackson from the crib, Zay Flowers. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's it.
I like that. You and Kyle Hamilton would be a deadly dude. Oh,
Ooh, that'd be scary.
that's nasty. That's nasty work.
Actually,
That's
I do have one more question. If they said they'd sign you to a 53 or just sign you in general to change position,
Mm.
would you change position to like a linebacker hybrid?
You said what?
If they ever told you to change positions and they'll sign you to like a linebacker hybrid, change the position to linebacker hybrid, would you change to be signed?
Oh yeah, I say let's do it. I'm very versatile. I'm very versatile. I play in the box. I play in the box. I go out the slot. I blitz. I do everything.
I would, I'm sure he would. I was going to say there's a lot of players. I mean, Honey Badger at one point he played in the box for a little while, even though he was small. They did
Yeah,
with the Cardinals. He moved. Landon Collins, of course, somebody you probably watch in the NFL.
the infamous Buffalo nickel and Ron system.
Oh, don't talk about that,
That.
man. Painful
um,
day.
man, I could have questions out the wazoo, but I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. I just appreciate you hopping on with us, giving us some of your time, and just allowing us to have some of these conversations with you, man.
Yes, sir. Gratitude. Thank you guys again, man.
No, absolutely. Can't wait to see what your next step is. We a lot of us have been fans since your Rice days, and can't wait to see what you're doing next. So if it means anything, you guys support us from the four of us here at BIB.
Yes, sir. Always.
Man, appreciate you. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap things up here with Gabe. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Really 750, but I say 1,000 is a nice, neater number. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. You can go follow Gabe on his Instagram. Links down in the description, or it's gonna pop up right about here to go follow him and follow his journey because he's blessed us with his time today. Been blessing us this whole offseason. Can't wait to watch what he does. But until then, guys, let's keep focused on this offseason. Let's enjoy. Right now, it's nice weather here and where Gabe is. So let's enjoy the nice weather while we've got it. But let's raise hell this offseason, guys. Don't forget to stay balling. We will see y'all out there.